Hey guys, how y'all doing today? Today we're just shooting out a little video for you guys on this particular vehicle, 2012 a Volkswagen Jetta with a 2.5 SE engine. This is we're looking after going after the thermostat housing. The car had been overheating. The reservoir was had a hole in it and all that, and obviously was losing some water. But what we are doing here today, we're actually doing the thermostat housing assembly. Thermostat housing assembly is about, this is it right here. You can see it right here, and you see all the pipes connected to it. This is your housing assembly. Now, to get to this housing assembly, before you get there, you got to remove this entire intake manifold. As you can see, there she is right there. The hardest part in this job, though, is removing that housing or the intake manifold assembly. There's a few hoses rather connected to this, electrical connection to your throttle body, a map sensor and all that. And of course you got your fuel line and some wire harness got to be removed. We didn't show you how to get to this thermostat assembly or removing the intake manifold, because there's a few things. If you're not mechanically inclined, I advise you don't do it, because there are some hoses and electrical wiring that can be broken and all that. You know, this Volkswagen, this European engine, they're all using these little plastic clips connection to air for vacuum. You got to be careful with these things, okay? All of that stuff. So now we have the intake manifold removed, and this would be a good time to clean the intake ports. You can see them there, a lot of carbon buildup. Clean that real good and put new gasket around it so you can seal this baby. So here we go, and we are going after this today. So we will be removing this thermostat housing assembly. If your vehicles are somehow you see water is dripping, you need to check if it's hoses that leaking. But when it starts overheating like that, common thing to do, just change your thermostat assembly from there, and make sure you have no other leaks. This job is fairly nice to do, but man, just to get to the intake to remove it, it's a pain of you know what. So this pipe here, that's your oil dipstick tube. You can remove that before you get going. It's an Allen bolts in the bottom there, but it's very tight as well. So what you want to do, you can work your way around this. It's going to be tight, but you can work around that pipe because it's actually hooked up in the back of that intake right here. I will show it to you right here. That's where that pipe goes in. So you have to just kind of pry it out, remove, kind of make it flexes, so you can move that back a bit. But that's how you get to the end, to the thermostat housing assembly. So while you're here, there's a oil cooler right here. Check it for leaks and things like that. You want to do that because water goes through it, and you want to make sure that nothing is leaking. All right. So to get to that thermostat housing assembly, you got to remove the intake or all the bolts. And these are all Allen bolts. That's where they go. I believe you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 bolts. 9 bolts are being held by 9 bolts. And make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9 bolts right here are holding that 9 Allen bolts. And I'll show you the bolts real quick. They're not that big. Pretty much this little one right here. There they are. That's how they are. And then that's pretty much what it is. So this is how you get to the thermostat housing assembly. So while you're there, don't just replace the thermostat. You might want to replace the whole housing assembly. That is better for you, and you don't have to worry about no cracks or leaks later on once you put that on. And that's how you have that. Okay guys, so to do this in the Volkswagen Jetta 2012 2.5 engine, that's what it is. And that's how you get to it to remove it. So guys, thank you. Obviously this video is not too long, not too much information. I just want to do a video. If you are looking for the thermostat, you don't know where it's at, it's right underneath the intake manifold. You have to remove the intake manifold to get to that thermostat housing. So guys, there it is. Hopefully that you guys like the video, and just be careful removing all these wiring harness so you don't pop nothing. There's clips, and this one goes on the injector, so you have to remove the injector rail, all that. So the injector rail is right here on top of the intake. You don't have to actually remove it, but you got to disconnect all the electrical connection onto that, and you can keep all this stuff attached and of course everything stayed together. And I advise you again, clean all this good, sand it down a little bit with sandpaper or some kind of Scotch Brite material there. Clean it up, and you can get to your thermostat housing and do all this stuff. Clean all that, and your intake will be sealed. And this is your thermostat housing assembly again. So most likely aftermarket, sometimes they don't have it. For our case here, it's a dealer item, so we're gonna get to a dealer and have the new stuff put on, and we should be okay to go. All right, thank you for watching. Peace out. Please subscribe and like.